Hi Taurus, welcome. So Taurus, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to be starting with the spiritual general messages, and then we're going to go into the you versus them love reading. I'm time stamping this September because that's when I'm recording this, but my readings are timeless. So whenever you find this, that's when you're meant to hear it, okay? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's go ahead and get started because you have 3 cards that wanted to pop out before I was even ready. So you have the 6th house of the craft, the 10th house of reputation, and the numinous. So you have Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces energy here. You could be dealing with people who have those placements in their chart. You might have those placements in your chart somewhere, and or it's just the influencing vibes, Taurus. So this is all about work and the details, paying attention to details, your contribution. This also talks about organizations, corporations, teamwork, things of that nature, as well as skills and apprenticeship. So highlighting that area of your life is what is showing up, but also your 10th house of reputation. And interestingly enough, this card is also about work and career and responsibilities, but also your achievements, right? What you're naturally good at, what your purpose is. So a heavy emphasis on that area of your life right now. And then over here you have the numinous, which is kind of like this oddball energy, where this is about like the unknown, the unknowable. It's psychic energy, it's intuitive, it's spiritual, it's emotional, right? So to me, it's like a combination of things that are coming in for you, and they don't seem connected, but they are connected, Taurus. So it's like needing to use that spidey sense, right? That intuitive nature that you have, and somehow infuse that into what you do for a living or your craft or your reputation, okay? So let's go a little bit deeper and see. And I want to say that I meditate off camera before I do these readings. And when I was meditating for you, Taurus, a video started playing in my mind of Taylor Swift, okay? And it's the song where she says, "It's me. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me." So I don't know if that resonates with you or how that's going to play into this reading. You also may randomly hear that song. Pay attention. I don't know. But there's guidance coming in for you. And that is the card that came out. Also the number 3. Let's see. Projections. What else for Taurus? And totality. So I feel like when it comes to your 6th house and your 10th house, which is your career and reputation, or what you're naturally good at, you're receiving some sort of guidance here, okay, from your intuitive self, from your spirit, that's going to help you along the way. You also have these 2 cards about projections and mirroring. So you may also be projecting your emotions onto another person. Be careful about that, Taurus. And if you don't know what I mean by that, it's like assuming that you know how someone feels when it's actually how you're feeling. So yeah, we'll get back to that. But then you also have the card of totality, which is like being able to see the big picture, being able to trust that, you know, the universe really does have your back, and that there is a pattern, there is a reasoning behind whatever you have going on spiritually as well. So let's see. Sorry, I keep itching my nose. For some reason, I really want to sneeze right now. My allergies have been acting up, so bear with me. So let's see what else for Taurus. What else? What's interesting about that video is, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with the video, but there's kind of a deeper meaning to the video where there's like the good her and the bad her. And at the end, her whole self shows up as her higher self or her bigger self in the video. And it's like, the message that I'm getting for you, Taurus, and the reason why I think that's coming up is like incorporating the two, you know, honoring both your positive light, but also your shadow self and your negative self, because those two parts make you whole. And to not veer away or be ashamed of, you know, some of the things that you have yet to heal within yourself, or some of those shadowy aspects of yourself, but rather to accept fully that you are a creature of both, you know what I mean? You are the light, but you are also the dark, and you would not know your light without your dark. And to accept yourself fully seems to be like a really important message for you right now, as well as accepting others or another fully, because you do have the card of projections here. And sometimes what we're seeing in others that maybe we don't like are things that we also don't like about ourselves. And often that is the case, right? It's the unhealed part of ourselves that sees deficits and downfalls and judges others, but those are often things that we need to intrinsically heal. But on the other side of that, because I'm also getting on a positive note, when you're looking to another and you see things that you really appreciate about that person and you love about that person, those are also, you know, projections of self, parts of you that are present and lovable and relatable, you know what I mean? So yeah, anyways, let's go into it. But sometimes it also feels like, and I'm also picking this up from that Taylor Swift song, that sometimes we are the cause of our own problems. In fact, since we're the ones creating and living our reality, it's almost always the case. So where are you getting in your own way, Taurus? And I keep hearing stinking thinking. So it's got something to do with a thought pattern. If you're feeling like a blockage, especially when it comes to maybe needing guidance when it comes to your craft, what you're good at, if there's a blockage there. See, a lot of times when we face problems, we think it's other people that are causing the problem, but it is our perception of the experience that is the problem. But we project it outwards, so it feels like it's others, but it's never really the case. Anyways, I don't know why I'm going into that. Let's go deeper. You have the Lovers, the Nine of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and Temperance. I also want to say the number 3 is showing up as important, okay? So here, this is talking about significant relationships, okay? Or a very significant relationship to you, Taurus. And it's interesting because it's paired with the Nine of Pentacles, which is all about independence and self-sufficiency. And next to that, the Six of Pentacles, which is about giving to others, creating balance, okay, and giving and receiving. And then another card of independence. So it's almost like you're like, oh, how can I describe this? Hold on. It's like this back and forth between wanting to be part of a group or a union or whatever, and then on the other hand, wanting to kind of go your own way, do your own thing, have your own independence or space. So I feel like this back and forth, you know, and it may be that you're pulled in two different directions, where you have this important connection here and you want to give to that, but you also at the same time kind of want to prioritize yourself and your needs and your emotions as well. And it's all about like finding balance, okay, between the two, and not over giving your energy, because if you overgive, you may deplete yourself. But I actually feel that some of you are doing pretty well at balancing it out or staying balanced during this time frame, as you have solid footing here. Okay, so let's see what else. What else for Taurus? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, no. Misfire. My cards kept doing this when I did the Libra reading as well, and I just saw the card of Libra, so you might want to check that reading out too. But anyways, the Strength card, what else is going on? The Fool, the Nine of Cups. So this is actually feeling rather good to me. Maybe one more. And then the Five of Wands. So it's like feeling really strong, right? It's like kind of this very strong-willed, opinionated energy coming through, Taurus. And you know, you are a fixed sign, so you tend to be very strong-minded, okay? Not easily budged. But I keep getting a message about not wanting to be taken advantage of. Give me a second here. It's like, I don't know if you're dealing with someone here that like always has their hand out, or yeah, maybe even can be childish or impulsive at times. And it's like you're showing up as like this strong figure in their life, and they see that strength in you, but also it's like you're always having to guide this person, and I feel like you want them to be able to guide themselves, you know, and that your strength is almost taken advantage of, or at least that's how you're feeling, okay? And this could be reversed as well, so take it as it resonates, but it's just like some of you, it's that you're dealing with someone who is their own problem, and maybe you're like, you can see that, but they cannot see that. And maybe that's why I'm getting that song, It's Me, Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. But I want to go back to what I originally stated, which is that there's also projecting going on. It's like there's a sense of satisfaction here coming through for you, and yet a sense of conflicted feelings or conflict. And I don't mean to keep pausing, but there's a very specific message that wants to come through, and I want to make sure I get it right. So hold on. Yeah, it's like competing priorities is what I'm feeling here. There's that back and forth again that I felt at the beginning of the reading as well. It's like on one hand you want to be this pillar of strength, right? Because that's what you are as a Taurus. You are a pillar of strength. Have you noticed? I mean, you usually play that role as a Taurus. So it's like on one hand you want to be that, and naturally that comes natural to you. But on the other hand, you don't want to be dependent on so much or taken advantage of. It's like it's like a double-edged sword, you know what I mean? And in a lot of ways, it's satisfying, I think, for you to be that pillar of strength for others, but in other ways, it feels very conflicting to me. Like, you know, this is very interesting. Let's keep going. Queen of Wands. 10 of Swords, yep. The Tower and the 2 of Wands. 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. There's some disruptive energy that's coming through and a sense of exhaustion around this, Taurus. There's also like this second guessing going on, and maybe that's why you're needing some guidance right now. It's really not like a fixed sign to second guess ourselves. I'm a fixed sign as well. It's like we usually, when we make our mind up, we stick with it. But there's something weird in the energy. And I've felt this too lately. That's got like this second guessing type of vibe to it. So don't second guess yourself, Taurus. Like your initial thoughts or intuition was correct. And it's like, you know, the path that's correct for you. But it does seem like there's something else weighing on you, and it pulls at your energy, and it has a tendency to even pull you into like this irritable space where it may be even difficult for you to concentrate. And it's like, it's hard not to give something your attention that has your attention, but if it has your attention in a negative way, then you do need to pull your attention away from it, and or try and see it in a different way, if nothing else, right? Because it's like there's like this destructive energy or destructive behavior here, and by you giving your focus to it, it makes it more, not less. You know, even if you're giving your focus because you're trying to figure it out, it's still, you get what you focus on whether you want it or not. And your focus to any subject will grow the subject. So if you're focused on something that's destructive in nature or a destructive behavior, whether it's in yourself or another, you're actually enhancing that and growing it by giving it your attention. So it's almost like you got to find a way to soothe your mind around it, and or you got to find a way to pull your attention away from it so that you can deactivate it, okay, so to speak. And this, it sounds crazy if you don't understand law of attraction. It sounds like I'm telling you just ignore your problems, and that essentially that is what I'm saying. But there's a school of thought like if we ignore our problems, then they'll get bigger. And I would say no, that's absolutely ass backwards. The more attention you give to your problems, the more you talk about them, the more you relitigate them, the more they become an issue, the more they grow. This is why, you know, most traditional therapies, and I'm not speaking against, you know, traditional therapy, this is just how it works. It's like you go and you talk about your problems, and the problem doesn't seem to go away. And then you go and you talk about it more, and it's still there, and you go and talk about it more, and before you know it, you're 10 years into therapy and nothing really got solved. You know? And it's like, because you keep reactivating it every time you focus on it. And again, I'm not speaking against that. Like I feel like there is therapeutic benefit when therapy's done correctly, right? But the old school way was just like, oh, you just talk about it and you keep talking about it and you get in groups and then you talk about it with other people who have the same problem. And I'm like, no, you're just like you're making it so much bigger by continually giving it attention, because we know not what we do, and a lot of people don't understand how law of attraction works. So actually, yes, disconnecting yourself from a worrisome, problematic thought, memory, or trauma is what deactivates it in your life. You give it power every time you give it attention. And therefore you disempower yourself. Right? So if therapy would be honest with the laws of the universe, and you go to a therapist, what they should say is, let's talk about what's going well in your life. And most people would say, but I came here to talk about the problem. And a good therapist would say, and how's that working out for you? Not so good. All right, let's talk about what's going well in your life. But how are we going to fix the problem? We're not. We're going to talk about what's going well in your life. But what does that do? It makes you feel better. Okay, but then there's still the problem. Not if you're not thinking about it. Not if you're not relitigating it. They would redirect the client to think about what is going well. What is going well? Grow momentum towards what is going well, what is going well, what is going well. And guess what happens to the problem? It becomes a non-issue. It deactivates. Now, it's once something's present in your energy, it's always going to be present. So it could re-trigger, but you're de-emphasizing it. You're desensitizing it. And therefore, when you start feeling better and better because you're focused more on the good, then from that better state of thinking, you can then turn towards the issue, and the issue will seem minuscule as opposed to huge. And then you can heal it. Then you can do the healing work around it. And that's how you pivot energy. This is a tarot reading. I am not a therapist. This is all what my spiritual guidance is saying. I don't know why I feel like I have to keep saying that, but this is the guidance that's coming through. Not to substitute anything else, whatever. But the guidance is, you're hyper focused on this, which is like this destructive, exhaustive energy. And in order to get back to feeling like this, which is in balance, in control, and empowered, the spirit wants you to give your attention to this. What feels good to you? What is going well for you? What satisfies you? What do you like about yourself? What's the silver lining here? What's the bigger picture? They want you to tap into your spiritual self. Okay. So let's see what the guidance is here for you, Taurus. There's that card of strength. See? It says, strength comes from many sources. Staying strong brings confidence, conviction, and a balanced body, mind, and soul. Spirit has its own unique and beautiful way of replenishing your soul with strength. You're never alone. We are always with you. And then you have the card of memories. Your memories are like diamonds in the treasure of your chest. More and more memories seem to be arising within you. But remember the happier moments with your loved ones instead of the negative moments. Neither time nor distance can stop the energy of love. So, wow, that was an interesting start to the reading. We are going to go now into the you versus them love portion of the reading and go a bit further. So I'll see you in just a second. Welcome back. So let's go into, oh, there's your card, the you versus them portion of the reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind it's a general, which means the roles can be reversed. Feel free to flip the message if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Also, the you versus them readings are typically going to resonate with your intimate partner, but not always. It could be anyone that's most predominant in your energy, meaning this could resonate with a friend, a family member, a coworker, you name it. Keep an open mind and let's go. So, I have the card of Gemini out. You may be dealing with a Gemini or have that in your chart, or it could just be the overall theme, which is very curious energy, very communicative, very variety seeking. This is like the more social part of yourself. It's talking about your social connections as well. It also can be kind of a restless, fidgety energy, Taurus, which I did feel, not restlessness in the spiritual reading, but a sense of disconnect almost, or yeah, a little bit of scattered energy. So let's see what else. You have the 10 of Pentacles and your overall person they're dealing with is the 6 of Cups. So your energy is all about this very supportive, very caring, very stable vibe, which is what I picked up in the spiritual reading. This also, interestingly enough, highlights reputation, career, and finances. Now, this person has the 6 of Cups, very emotional energy, very nostalgic, which is funny because your guidance card in the spiritual reading was about memories. You may have memories with this person. This could be someone that you have past history with or from the past. This also denotes like a childlike energy. So let's see, Taurus, what we have going on. I'm going to look at the recent past and what led up to the now. And I'm going to look at how you see each other, how you genuinely feel underneath it all, and the big spiritual picture. So recent past for my Taurus, Queen of Cups. The 9 of Wands, the Strength card. Oh, come on. You got a lot of the similar cards that you had in the spiritual reading. So it's like this very emotional energy coming through here. I even get like a melancholic type of energy, feeling a bit guarded, having your guard up, and yet needing to be stronger than your emotions. So some of you, it's like putting on this strong persona or this strong face when actually you're kind of emotionally guarded underneath that. Maybe a lot of uncertain energy going on. There's something that you're keeping close to your chest, I feel. But it's all underneath the surface. I feel like what other people see is probably like this very capable and almost stoic energy where you're just kind of plugging away and doing the right thing or working hard, etc. But then it's like underneath that there's a bit of like emotional chaos going on. So let's see what this person's recent energy was. 6 of Pentacles, death and rebirth. Well, holy cow. The 3 of Swords, the 10 of Cups, and the World card. So, interestingly enough, this person is wrapping up some sort of life cycle, okay, or a chapter in their life, and it has to deal with family, okay, or their emotional fulfillment. There seems to be heartache here at the middle of all of this, and an ending or a big change with the death and rebirth card. I feel like this person feels like they, you know, were they're giving themselves a hard time. I don't know why they're being hard on themselves, but that specifically came out. I feel like this person feels like they gave it all that they could give it, and yet they still got hurt, you know, and there's a sense of like this person being surrounded by love and support, okay, but not really feeling that on the inside. And there's a lesson to be learned around this, okay? They're giving me a song, Heart Ripped Out of My Chest. Heart ripped out of my chest. Attached by Sam Smith. Check that song out. All right, anyways, let's go further. So how are you feeling in the now? How are you seeing this person, Taurus, in the present energy? What's your perception of them? Got you shackled in my embrace. I'm latching onto you. That's one of the lyrics. The High Priestess, the Nine of Pentacles. I keep getting so many cards. There's the Three of Swords on your side. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So it's like this, Taurus. Like, there's this inner skeptic showing up here. And what is it skeptical about? What are you skeptical about? That you've been misguided, or that it's like your intuition is guiding you, Taurus, but you're not fully trusting that. It's a sense of feeling misguided, right? And yet I feel you being very capable, right? And standing on your own 2 feet, but at the same time, completely drained emotionally. You know, some of you, it's like there's things that were said that have hurt you, or something that's occurred that's hurt you, and it's really brought you into this lower emotional space. And maybe you need to talk about it, okay? Get it off your chest. Which is interesting, because in the spiritual reading, it was like more of an encouragement to move away from it, not necessarily talk or focus on whatever it is that is bothering you. But then I feel like that they want me to soften the guidance. So it's like, talk about it in good company. People who understand. People who can lift you up. Right? Sometimes it's good to get it off your chest, but just don't live there. That's what it is. Don't relitigate it. Don't get fixated on it. Don't talk about it to 10 different people. Just those, or the one that will understand. There's like a lot of reflective energy showing up. I don't know if you're doing a lot of reflecting. So as it pertains to how you see this person, sorry, I keep getting like way wrapped up into your energy. I feel like intuitively drawn to this person. You see them as capable, but you also see them as skeptical, or not quite as mature as you for some of you. And maybe it's this person that's hurting, and you're trying to be that pillar of strength for them, which again is fine. That's your strong suit, but don't lose yourself in that. Don't lose your own grounding while giving your attention. Let's see how this person is seeing you. Yep. There you go. See, it's like both of you are kind of draining each other's energy, and I don't think it's intentional, but I think you're so connected with this person. It's almost feels impossible to disconnect in any way. There's like a very thoughtful, considerate energy that's in this reading, and I feel it coming from you, but it could be them. I feel like when this person sees you, they see you as the supportive, positive light, you know. They view you as someone who has knowledge, you know, and maybe even brings a sense of soothing or peacefulness to them. And yet they know that you are also emotionally drained. They may even recognize that they drain you, or you drain each other. There's a sense of loss here, okay? But it's on both sides. Whew. Let's go deeper. If we can. I mean, how much more deeper can we go? Let's go into the emotional space and see how is Taurus feeling underneath all of this. The Knight of Wands, the Four of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. So this is looking much brighter, which I'm happy to see. Like, I feel like you're gonna move out of this energy because it seems very like serious to me, and that's not where you're really comfortable. So I feel like you are moving out of this space into a lighter energy, a more stable energy. And it's like getting back on your high horse, so to speak, and feeling that revitalization of your energy come through and success here. And yet there's a sense of like still feeling alone. I have a Pitbull song in my head. It's with all the songs. Mr. Worldwide. What the heck does that have to do with anything? I don't know. It's like having it all, but then feeling like you've got nothing. And of course, this is a play of your mind because you're blessed. You could not be more blessed. Okay. But sometimes our mind is focused in a way that doesn't allow us to feel that, and therefore we don't feel blessed, you know, but you are. And it's like you're going to rocket out of this energy. You're going to end up getting back into the swing of things, your passion returning, like this excitement coming through, reasons to laugh, reasons to have fun. But you kind of got to pull yourself out of this funk energy here. Could be that you feel, you know, very passionate about this person, or I think you genuinely want a successful union, you know, or a successful outcome. Let's see. The Hermit. Eight of Wands. Oh yeah, this person's reflecting, thinking, self-reflection, thinking about conversations that were had, their inner dialogue, trying to let go of judgment, okay, as well. They want to be freed from something. What do they want to be freed from? Really? I heard freed from the need to care? Well, to care so much that it hurts them. Oh, okay. They want to feel empowered. They want to feel comfortable in their own skin. They're searching for a sense of familiarity as well as like comfort zoning as well. They kind of want to be freed from all of this self-reflection as well. I feel like they've come to some conclusions about things that they need to let go of, but yet they fixate on it instead. And that's kind of what they want to be let loose from as well, is this need to fixate. Okay. See, because they're a very prideful person. They pride themselves in being strong. And yet at the same time, that's their weakness. Because we can't be strong all the time, can we? Are we even supposed to be? I don't think so. Let's go into most likely future outcome and see where this is headed. The Emperor, Justice, Seven of Cups. Ah, there we go. See, now you're also completing some sort of karmic cycle that's bringing more balance into this relationship, whether you can see it or not. Some of you can't see it, or you don't see it that way just yet, but that is what it's doing. It's also encouraging you to empower yourself, meaning take your time to yourself when you need to, Taurus. You don't need to be everything to everyone all the time. In fact, that's not even your job, but you make it your job a lot. And it's a blessing and a curse, right? But there is balance coming. There's a completion to this cycle, and yet it's like kind of confusing energy. Why the confusion? What is this? The Queen of Wands and the Six of Cups. Well, because it's hard not to think back to the past, right? But every time you do that, it kind of confuses the energy a little bit. But see, now you have a choice, because this card is also talking about choices. And what is the choice that you're being encouraged to do? To do it differently than you did in the past. To go about this differently than you did in the past. And that's where your power is coming from. Now, let's see this person's most likely outcome. Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. They don't. Four of Wands. Okay, their energy is lightening up, kind of. So this person, I'm getting, oh my gosh, I'm getting so many signs. I heard non-committal. I'm a bad bitch, non-committal. I think that's Lizzo. Is Lizzo a Taurus? I don't know. There's like, this person's not wanting to commit to anything right now, because I think that the larger commitment they need to make is to themselves. They're looking more for like this playful energy, this fun energy. They want to let go of all of the seriousness because it's weighing them down, you know, and yet it's like the past is haunting them. And now they're not really sure what to give their time and their commitment to, you know. It's like, they want to drop their defenses as well. It's almost like this I give energy, you know, and I mean this like kind of in a positive way, because it is helping them to drop some blockages as well that have been haunting them. But I think I see them going into this much lighter energy where it's more about connecting and having fun and being light and being more playful, and not really committing themselves to anything really serious right now, because that's just not the space that they're in, and that's all right. You know, it's got to be all right, because that's the space they're in. So, wow. Wow. Wowzers. All right, let's see what the guidance is for Taurus and their cross watcher. What is the guidance? Yeah, so this person has the card of relationships. It says relationships are a mirror image of your own life. How you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond to different situations and people around you, are mirrored in your relationships. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for your soul's growth. This person needs to, and this could be the projecting that I picked up in the spiritual reading, needs to understand that relationships are valuable and that they often mirror back to us our unhealed parts of ourselves. You have the card of support. People come into your life for many different reasons. Some you learn from and then they move on, while others return because you need to learn more. Others will remain beside you throughout your entire life. So this is also about honoring relationships, whether they're here for a lifetime or not. But it's also a very supportive energy, whether that's coming from you, Taurus, or coming from others to you. They want you to accept that support. So, wow, that was a really deep reading. I hope that it resonated and you enjoyed it. Zodiac signs that you could be connecting with or have in your own chart. I have Aries, Leo, Libra, Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra again, Leo again. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't yet, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do have videos and content over there. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of all of my pages. All of it linked in the description box below, as well as in the About section where the donation link is. Also, I was looking at my statistics, and it turns out like 40% of people who watch my videos are still not subscribed to me. What's up with that? If you're continually finding yourself coming back, or you enjoyed this video, subscribe. Please subscribe. That way you'll never miss out on any more content. I don't post on a schedule, so the only way to truly know if I've posted is to subscribe. So hit that subscribe button, and thank you so much for all you do, and thank you for coming. I'm wishing you the very best, Taurus, and until next time, my friends. Namaste.